What's up, guys? John from Poopla.com here today with another On the Farm video. Today we're going to be using both the old little Power Kings. So Dad's on the newer of the old Power Kings. The newer of the old, yeah, sure, why not? And he has the roller behind him, and he is rolling the oats down. We sprayed him the previous week, and we got a pretty decent kill on him. And so he's going to go ahead and roll them down so that I can finish spraying them and kill the rest of them. And this is the part where we have been talking about for a while, the carpet. We're trying to make the carpet to keep the weeds down, conserve the moisture. We will be planting our pumpkins very, very soon. Should have already probably planted some of them, but we haven't yet. So we will be doing that soon. As you can see, the very tallest oats the sprayer didn't quite get, but all the short ones, it got them. Got them pretty good. So pretty happy with the kill on them. And after Dad rolled them down, I did go ahead and finish spraying them. So he's just going to drive in circles around the field the same way that I drove when I sprayed, because I already, made tire tracks. So you might as well just go the same pattern basically and roll it on down. So you can see here the kill that we got was fairly decent. Like I said, the tall stuff just didn't really work. We're talking about building some kind of boom extension to get our booms higher away from the ground. Oh, and Mike says hi. He was cutting grass and saw me filming, and I look up and he's over there waving at me, and I was like, what? And he just said hi. That's all. So I'm like in the middle of the garden with the zoom and shaky cam and stuff. There's Mike. So back to what I was doing. Meanwhile, back at the ranch or something. Right? Sure, why not? So you can see the tall stuff there in the middle. Just didn't quite get the kill, but that's alright. I'm pretty sure I have taken care of it since. So you can still kind of see right there's where the chicken manure was last fall. And here it is after Dad rolled it all the way down. You can see the green stripes. I did go ahead and spray it. I didn't film any of that because you guys already saw that. Okay, so this is our Ford Flex disc. Now, some of you may have seen this last year when we used it. Dad has decided we are taking this sucker apart. We're gonna sandblast it and make it all one color, because there's like 42 colors here. When we bought it a few years ago, it had been sitting outside for many, many years. We took it all the gangs apart immediately, and we put all new bearings in it and painted up those parts of it. He has decided we are going to take it all apart and paint it, and then actually on the front two gangs, which is what you call those individual pieces there, like that's a gang. There's a gang up front. Anyway, we'll be taking those apart on the fronts and putting notch disc blades so that it'll cut better. It'll hopefully help us cut up the pumpkin vines a whole lot better and all the straw and stuff left over from the oats. There it is, kind of before on the 3-point hitch on the tractor, and I was off spraying the lane actually, so thanks to Mike for getting this footage. Appreciate that, as always. And here it is after they took it off the tractor. They apparently, as you saw before, Dad was loosening the bolts to hold the gangs on, and they backed it into the shed where it belongs. And they dropped it and they pulled the bolts and put some blocks. So the gangs are sitting in the shed. This is sitting outside and on just 4 concrete blocks. 2 guys could lift it. It's not that heavy. It has a few pounds to it. I wouldn't want to try to lift it by myself or anything. But 2 guys could lift that. It's not that big of a deal. So then we're going to jump ahead a little bit, and we're jumping ahead to Thursday night. All the other footage you've seen previous was shot on Sunday. Dad and I went down to the farm Thursday night, and he wanted to kind of test sandblasting and just see how it went. So You can see obviously he's using the sandblaster to blast some of that old rust and paint and whatnot off. We're actually surprised there's quite a bit more paint on there than we thought there was going to be. So we're not sure if this thing was red or if it was orange, because we're finding both paint. I think the Ford stuff was red, but somebody along the line painted this orange. You can see all those welds there. What that is there's angle iron, and then somebody took flat stock and welded it in there. So there you can, it's a good shot of the welds. So we didn't do that. It was like that when we bought it. So I went ahead and painted it with some primer just to keep it from rusting, because anything you sandblast you're supposed to paint immediately, otherwise it will rust right away. There's the cantaloupe. They are growing quite nicely. Okay, so here's, I promised some more footage of the hollyhocks. These are our grandma's favorite flowers. They're called hollyhocks. They are in the middle of our garden, and we're all about them. They're awesome. Like I said, they were grandma's favorite, and they come back every year. We have pink ones and red ones, and I've actually got some white ones here at home. They're awesome. So now we're on to the sweet corn. It is growing quite well. It's been nice and warm here lately, so it's been growing, and it's actually starting to tassel. Okay, so as I said last week, we'd talk about the potatoes a little bit. We're a little concerned about the potatoes because we put chicken manure on this land last fall right here. And we're kind of thinking that the potatoes are going to be all tops and no bottoms, basically meaning no potato crop. Years and years ago, Grandpa had this happen. He planted potatoes in what was probably cow pasture land, and they didn't do anything. So we're kind of nervous about our potato crop. We may not have a good one, but it happens, right? So on our way out the lane that night, we saw the wheat field, and it's about ready, and the farmers actually had their grain head sitting across the way, so I think the wheat fields are probably going to disappear here really soon. And then, of course, I gotta get some pictures of a nice cloudy sunset, right? That's just how I am. So guys, make sure you hit that like button for more. Subscribe always for more. We'll see you next time. Toodles.